Hey guys, Jagist here. This is Jagist Reviews. Alright, so finally got my Zealot S95. That's on the left. And then I've got its brother. It's definitely a bigger speaker, but that doesn't mean that it's more powerful. Actually, both speakers are super powerful. The Zealot S98. Now, the Zealot S98, I have always loved. This is a beast of a speaker. It's huge. It really shines at high volumes. You do get a ton of bass and stuff at the higher volumes, but at the lower volumes, it does suffer a little bit. Now, I will tell you one thing. I've had this Zealot for quite a long time, and I can tell you personally that after using this thing for probably at least a month or two, the bass has actually gotten even better, even at the lower volume. So I don't know if, the speakers have burnt in or what, but it does sound better. So I'm using the Zealot S95 on its standard mode. The Zealot S98 I always use on vocal mode. I just think it sounds the best, and it sounds great doing it. Both of these are good. Zealot is just starting to kill it in the speaker industry, especially for price. The S98 I believe is around $220 on Amazon, but I've always seen coupons bringing it down to about $180. The Zealot S95 is also on Amazon for $200, but I have always seen coupons bringing it down to $140 and $150. I got mine for $140 at these prices. Super affordable, dope, very, very good speakers with a lot of bass, a lot of sound. They sound good doing it. We're going to start them off at a lower volume. Both of their volume steps are different and hard, so we're going to get them as close to same volume steps as possible. And so I believe the S98 is going to be at about 40%. The S95 is going to be at about 30%. And then we will up it to about 65% on the Zealot S98, which will be about 45 or 50% on the 95. So let's go ahead and start them off, starting with the S98.
Hey, look, I'm like, if you broke, just say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't play that. No, we can't debate. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we don't
95.
So now I can't debate.
A little louder.
If you broke, just say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't play that. Now we can't debate. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we don't play that. So now I can't debate. What it be?
98.
Oh my, no. And I ain't just called star. I'm really trying to knock down all you walls. They talk tough as but when it come time, they call the laws. And I really do rock with me. So tell me why I need y'all applause. Good guy, y'all.
95.
Let's stick to your lane as well. Look like you made the fail. And
95 definitely sounds better at low volume.
Just got paid like yesterday. And I think I fooled the ride.
S98. We're going to take it to 65%.
Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't play that. No, we can't debate. I'm like, if you lame, just
Much
say that.
more bass.
Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we don't
95.
So now I can't debate. I'm like, if you broke, just say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't
45%.
play that. Now we can't debate. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we don't play that. So now I can't debate. I'm like, what that be on your mind? Hey,
98.
all the time. Look, you lame as think about me, get on your grind. Them boys too internet, talk too tough, ain't being a threat. Good pay cigarette, can't see me, my silhouette. You weak, you jives, phone too dry, no clientele. I thrive, I'm live and well. Sold out show, I'm live as well. Smoked out there, can't find me, just find the smell. Invest out, buy the sell, claim
95.
time I tell you, if you broke, just say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't play that. No, we can't debate. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we don't play that. So now I can't debate. I'm like, if you broke, just say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't play that. Now we can't debate. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Now I can't relate, but you should know that we don't play that. So now I can't debate.
Top speed. Still on S95. Sorry, my dog is in here with me. Forgive the barking.
Speed it up, 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 speed it up. Go faster, ayy, go faster.
98.
Go faster, ayy, go faster, ayy. Don't wake up, go down. I'm pretty down like a knife.
Bump it up.
I'm put that on my son. I'm go like 3, 2, 1.
75%.
My lungs, I stack and feed my funds. I'ma do this as fun, ayy. I'm blasting, ayy. Don't matter, ayy.
95.
Go faster, ayy. Speed it up, speed it up.
60%.
Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. You do you, I do me. I'ma take this overseas. I'ma do this with my seeds. Like you hear it's bling bling. You heard top speed, that's me. You heard that it up, that's me. You heard way up, that's me.
98.
I'm blasted, ayy. Don't matter, ayy. Can't match it, ayy. We're faster, ayy. Speed it up, 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 speed it up. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Speed it up, 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 speed it up.
95.
Speed it up, speed it up, go faster, ayy, go faster, ayy, go faster, ayy, go faster, ayy.
Okay, quickly gonna do some R&B. Bump it up.
I don't wanna be crazy
80%.
no more. Every time I think you're gonna walk out of my door,
S98.
I start to jump to the conclusion
80%.
you don't love me no more. Babe, give me some work. Where can you just reassure me? I'll end it before it starts. Call it protecting my heart. Heart disguised as strength.
S95.
But it's self-sabotage my love. Self-sabotage my love. Cause of my own pain.
Alright. Last song, 100%. Zealot S95 first.
You will never understand what I went through. You never were a good listener. A good listener.
98.
You will put me through, and you never be a good lover. A good lover. At first I believed I was a lucky one, but I was just fooling myself. Fooling myself. You think you can come
95.
next to me, like we are gonna be okay. We're not okay. So this is gonna take all night. Don't wanna waste no more time, yeah, you're damn right. Already gave you my loved ones, but now I'm fed up, gonna take it all back. Cause we're a no-go. I know that I do better solo. So move it
98.
in the shadow. Better get it right this time around. Yeah, we're a no-go. I know that I do better solo. So live your life without a shadow. Better get it right this time around. I never heard the silence so loud before. I'm gonna love every minute of it. second of it.
95.
Longing for that sign of you being gone, so I can hear my thoughts again. Hear my thoughts again. So this is gonna take off.
Alright guys, I am gonna stop it there. I think that gives us an amazing idea of how both of these speakers sound. Now, honestly, like I said, Zealot is honestly, they are kicking it out of the park. They are making speakers that are sounding fantastic. Like, I love these just as much as my W King X20 Tribit Stormbox Blast 2. When I did have my Boombox 3, they're easily keeping up with all of these speakers. They are sounding freaking great doing it. And the nice thing about these is both of them have an outstanding amount of bass. Now, at lower volumes, the Zealot S95 is absolutely taking the case on more bass and just producing that higher amount of bass at those lower volumes. Now, once you get it up to where the Zealot S98, it's at about 65%, so a little over halfway volume, and the Zealot 95 was at about 45 to 50%. Now the S98 is caught up with the bass. Like I said, it really shines at those higher volumes. And the longer I've had it, the more bass I've been able to pump out of this thing. So the burn-in process is real with the Zealot S98. I haven't had that issue with some of my other speakers, like my W King X20 kind of has had the same amount of crazy good bass the whole time. But that S98 definitely has improved its bass output by a good margin. So very, very close, very, very good sounding speakers on both of these. I mean, they are both very clear, very sparkly in the highs. They get about the same loudness at max volume, which is just under the X20 and Tribit Stormbox Blast 2 when it's plugged in and custom EQ'd. Just a little tiny bit under. I think that Zealot S98 might be a skosh louder, but I mean, I think they're neck and neck as far as that goes. Both of them at max volume are not having distortion, not getting any problems like that, maintaining great bass, great clarity, great highs. However, I will say this, both of them, you can feel the bass in your chest a little bit, especially at the higher volumes. Particularly where I'm sitting in my room. But the Zealot S98, I am feeling it on that max volume a little bit more in my chest than I am with the S95. Now, the S98 does have a massive enclosure. Like I said, I've been able to get that bass to come out a little bit more. But both of these are actual bass machines. I can't wait to put the Zealot S95 up against the W King X20 and the Tribit Stormbox Blast 2 and some of these other speakers, because realistically, it's about half the size of the S98. So the fact that it's able to put out the same amount of sound and bass and everything else like that, and even more bass on the lower volumes, is a testament all in of itself. I'm loving it. If you have $200 or less, I mean, and we're talking usually a lot less, either one of these speakers is going to be amazing. But I think the Zealot S95 is sounding just a little bit better and clearer, especially on the fact that I can use it in its standard EQ and it sounds so good. Whereas the Zealot S98 doesn't sound as good in the standard EQ, and I don't really like the bass EQ on it really at all, because I feel like it's mostly just upper bass that it boosts. But the vocal EQ on the S98 does make it sound dynamite, really good. As you could hear on the recording, I'm hoping you could hear everything. But both of these, man, it's hard to put a crown on one over the other. I would say portability-wise, if you need something, the Zealot S95 comes with that shoulder strap. I do have that on. It's easy to take around. It weighs less than the 98, And like I said, it's almost about like maybe half the size, you know, 3/4 of the size of the Zealot S98. So, and it sounds good at all volumes. The Zealot S98, if you're listening to it quietly, it's not going to sound as good because it doesn't have as much thunderous bass at the lower volumes. Once you get them maxed out though, oh man, both are sounding good. They both have really deep bass. I'm not sure which one was reaching lower. It maybe was the Zealot S98. The S98 surprisingly goes lower than pretty much any of my speakers. When you do a Hertz test on it, test it out for yourself. Do some bass reverb songs that, you know, really push the 25 and 30 Hertz mark. Some of these speakers cannot do it whatsoever. The Zealot S98 can actually freaking do it, and it's insane what it can do. So play around with it. If you do have one, let it burn in. I'm assuming the Zealot S95 will sound a little bit more bassy when it burns in as well. It is fresh out of the box, everything else like that. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in, all the things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video.